Hello again, class. I am your host, Teddy Worldsevelt, and today on Weekly Rough Rider Americana, we are going to cover the Cowboys. Now, being someone who's been all over the world, I can tell you the Cowboys have a very unique story in the history of the United States of America. In fact, many American school children grow up playing cowboys and Indians with their friends. One of the reasons that many American children want to be cowboys is because the cowboys were tough. The cowboys lived out on the open range. The cowboy was his own man. The cowboy was also very good at riding horses. As you can see in this picture, being a cowboy was also very hard work. One of the myths of the cowboy was that all cowboys were white. This is completely wrong. There were Mexican American cowboys and African American cowboys, along with their southern white counterparts. This was one of the few jobs at the time where all three groups came together and worked together. As you can see here, the cowboys did not work alone. They had other cowboys, their horses, and their dogs. The life of a cowboy meant bringing cattle from one place to another on large ranches or on cattle drives. Now, when you were on the trail as a cowboy, you had to worry about many things: wildfires, wild animals, and even bandits. Bandits were bad guys who wanted to steal your cattle from you. Here we can see some cowboys getting ready for bed, while others are getting ready to guard the camp from bandits. Unlike today, cowboys couldn't get their food from a supermarket. They had to bring their food with them in wagons. Here we can see cowboys eating dinner after a hard day's work. The cowboys would also bring food for their horses. Being a cowboy also meant that you had to be creative. Here we see cowboys who have just caught a wolf who was probably stalking their cattle. Here we see a modern-day cowboy using a lasso to catch a bull. Using a lasso requires a lot of skill and a lot of talent. The reason why the cowboys had to be good with a lasso was because they had to deal with so many cattle. As you can see in this picture, there is a herd of almost 2,000 cattle. The golden era of the cowboy, which lasted only 20 years, would come to an end with the invention of barbed wire and the increase of farming. Today, the legacy of the cowboy can be seen in rodeos. Rodeos are sporting events where the participants do their best to stay on a bucking bronco. Twice a day, every day, there is a cattle drive in the Fort Worth Stockyards. This helps the city of Fort Worth remember the legacy that the cowboy left on their city. Thank you and see you next time. or as the Cowboys would say, happy trails. I have been your host, Teddy Worldsevelt.